Hello everyone, and welcome back to Occult Perspectives. It's great to have you on here. It's been a little while since I've done a video. There have been a lot of things in life that I have been currently processing. So I have not been as active on here. I have not been as active on the Patreon. But I feel that this time is really necessary for me to work on other things. I've been running a lot, getting back into shape, and just going through a lot of life changes. I would say that the past 6 months or so have probably been the hardest of my entire existence. So that is part of why you have not seen much of me on here. I'm also moved back to my hometown now. I just started working back here in town, where I'm originally from. It's been probably 3 weeks now, so getting back in the swing of I guess some older energies, coming back and seeing a lot of people that I've known for years and years and years, and they see me back in town and they're really excited. So it sucks that it's under unfortunate circumstances, so I have to tell people that sometimes, and then they get a little upset. So if you're new to this channel, I'm assuming most of you who watch this video will not be new to the channel, but what I do on here on Occult Perspectives is we dive into different esoteric subjects. Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, Freemasonry, ceremonial magic, you name it. We talk about all of those things on here. And we break them down, we discuss them, compartmentalize them a little bit, and then I try to teach you how to utilize them in a practical manner. So that's a really quick rundown. I also want to thank Karmic and Isaac Mason for being long-standing patrons. I know you guys just canceled your memberships, but I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support that you've given me so far. Same with any of the patrons. Any of you that have been a part of the Patreon or who have supported me through that process, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, this video overall, get up and move, that way the mosquitoes don't start to swarm too much. This video, I just really kind of wanted to update you guys on, for the most part, just update you guys on the fact that things have been really rough for me. I've been trying to sit with a lot of negative stuff as much as I can. I'm still trying to get out and socialize. But this is a very deconstructive part of my life. This is a part where a lot of things are breaking down. It's that the deconstruction phase of alchemy, I guess. Decalcination, is that what it is? I could be saying that wrong. But anyway, the disillusion, the breaking down of certain things of the ego, the stories that we have in our minds, the way that things are supposed to pan out. I'm having to completely change the way that I view my life and my existence, because my future is now, a bit different than what I thought it was going to be. So it's a lot of rough emotions right now. It's a lot of just sitting with them and not trying to run from them too much, but also trying to balance that with social interactions and getting out and, talking to people and having good quality conversations. Which kind of brings me to the next little segment of this video. It seems like every time that this happens in my life, that every time that I have to kind of start over again, there's always somebody who's manifested in my life at some point. The last time I went through what I'm going through now, I had a spiritual woman who made themselves, known in my life and manifested to me to give me kind of instruction and, to teach me a couple things. They basically act as a mirror for me. And that's something, if you're going through the deconstruction phase, you're going through the disillusionment, you're going to want to have people reflect certain aspects of yourself back to you so that you can learn about yourself through these people. Because remember, our resonance kind of attracts, who's going to be in our life. morphogenic field, all of those sorts of things are going to attract us to certain people. And so when somebody's presented to you, and especially if you're a man and it's a woman, or if you're a woman and it's a man, or however it manifests, it doesn't have to necessarily be the opposite gender, but it definitely could be. For me this time around, there was another woman that I met through work, actually. She was leaving the company just as I was coming back into this store, so she doesn't work there anymore. But she was somebody that, non-romantic, non-physical relationship, but she and I hung out a few times, and she taught me some things about myself. I was able to kind of verbalize some of my thoughts and expressions, and then get feedback on, some of the things that I can learn to let go of. Maybe there's things that are worth holding on to or trying to fight for, things of this nature. But it was I needed the experience at the time, because I was hurting quite a bit. So to have somebody to at least just talk to who has somewhat of a spiritual understanding, and she comes from more of the Christ consciousness kind of lens. She's more Christian based or Jesus based than I am. But even so, she had a lot of lessons that were channeled. I could tell that she was, being channeled by certain, forces. I can tell when people are usually channeling, messages for me, or vice versa. If I'm channeling something for them, I get like a download or something of that nature. And I'm able to be that mouthpiece of source for them, but in this case, it was somebody who was able to reflect some things back at me. So don't be surprised when you're going through a major life change and there's a person who has some spiritual influence about them, or they perceive things from a more spiritual lens. This person was not an occultist by any means, or anybody who really studies the metaphysical stuff, but she still has a deep spiritual understanding through life experiences and through going through trials and traumas and things of that nature. And they have their own things that they're working with, that she's working with, and I had my own things that I was working with. We were able to kind of find some common ground. So keep a lookout for that. When you are in the phase of, changing your life, or let's say it's a new relationship, a new home, a new place, a new town, a new job, whatever, there might be somebody there that's supposed to be, it's a synchronicity or a correspondence, and that person might be able to help you evolve in some ways, or see things from a different lens or a different perspective, kind of help you come back into that unconditional love. That's why it usually manifests as a spiritual woman, or somebody that I'm not supposed to be with in like a romantic type of way, but somebody which acts as a good friend and is able to give some advice, and then we just kind of move on our separate ways. So that's happened before, and I usually recognize it for what it is when it does. And if you just allow that experience to be what it is, learn the lesson you need to learn, and then move on, that's exactly what I'm doing in this particular instance. So that was just a meeting up of two souls who needed to kind of reflect back at each other some aspects of themselves, both of us, so we could each learn from each other. So I thought that was a cool synchronicity that does tend to happen sometimes, when you're going through major life changes. There will be, there's also the whole Scarlet Woman topic too. Especially if you're working through darker initiations, working more with the negative polarity, the Scarlet Woman is going to be something that is, might manifest for you in your reality. And there's people who do, whole videos on the Scarlet Woman. That's a topic I'm not super educated on, but I do understand kind of the archetype of what that is and what it's supposed to do for the initiate on their personal journey. So yeah, overall, just working on trying to let go of things. And Universal Mastery, Jeremiah, he actually just posted a really good video on what it means to actually let go. I do recommend you go and check that out, especially if you have not watched his YouTube channel before. I recommend you definitely check out some of his stuff. But yeah, just the whole process of learning to, forgive the situations, learning not to take things personally, learning to have more positive outlets for these negative emotions, such as working out, going on runs, which is what I do. I usually try to do push-ups and crunches in conjunction with that, so it's kind of a whole rounded workout. But yeah, letting go is tough, and I've always been a person who struggled with kind of letting go to some degree, and I think a lot of us do have trouble doing that. And sometimes just having the softness of spirit and the receptivity, being receptive and knowing that the universe and nature is always working on your side to nurture you. You just kind of have to get your own self in check and get yourself aligned with your own highest potential, with your own highest self. And then that will help you manifest what is next in your life. It was funny because, well, it wasn't really funny, but for the longest time, I just knew there was something in me that had to make a change. I couldn't keep on going the way that I was because it was going to get worse and worse, I think, energetically and circumstantially, And, I'm not blaming anybody for that. At first I blamed myself, but we don't want to blame ourselves in these situations. We want to love and accept ourselves for where we are. We want to love and accept ourselves for our boundaries, and we want to honor those boundaries. And if there's this thing that's tugging on you, if there's this inner voice that keeps telling you, look, this isn't for you, this isn't working out the way you thought it was, maybe this isn't in your best interest. If it's not in your best interest, I'm here to warn you that the spirits will let you know. You may get lots of intrusive thoughts. You may even have dark entities, trying to kind of spur you or wake you up, and that's how a lot of the adversarial or negative forces work in the world. It's not that they're inherently evil. It's that they're meant to push you and kind of push you to your limits. And sometimes they will push you out of a circumstance or an environment in your life, take you somewhere else. And in the moment, it may seem really tough. It may seem like there's nobody there to help you out. But if you're open, keeping that heart open and keeping it receptive to new experiences, meeting new people, not expecting too much, just kind of letting the universe do its clockwork as it always does, and try to work on yourself the best that you can, and on a personal level, and that will help you manifest either people, circumstances, or an environment that will be better suited to what it is that you're trying to manifest. Something that is going to allow your nervous system and your body to be in a state of comfortability, receptivity, safety. So safety and comfort. Finding the place in your reality where that when you're working towards something, it's actually building to your personal empire. It's actually building upon what you want to, add to. And if as long as you're moving in a direction where you kind of have purpose in life and what it is that you're working for, especially people who have jobs, because a lot of us currently don't make a lot of money, so it's like everything has to be conserved. Things need to be saved up, and then you make calculated moves, make smart moves, and keep reserving that, keep saving as much as you can, and get that solid foundation going. That way you can know kind of which direction you're going in life, and you can have a better feeling. You can feel better about yourself because you know that you're actually doing something that's in alignment with who you truly are, rather than just continuing to accept the same energies and accept the same things that might be holding you down. And it's not always other people's fault. It's how the world works. It's weird. the world works in cycles. So if you want to break an old cycle, you have to kind of alchemically change yourself before you fall into that same cycle again. But everything has cycles. Everything kind of comes to an end in a way. You know, we're these immortal souls. Our souls literally are, they cannot be destroyed. So, and we are all one at the end of the day. That's something that's important to remember too. So even if it's a heartbreak, even if it's something that's really god-awful, and just so sad, just know that we are all one anyway. You know, we're here in the physical world. We experience reality and things in our own, you know, physical vessels, our meat suits, we could call them. But at the end of the day, all of it comes back to source. All of it comes back to one. Technically in the no thing or the void, which is mistakenly understood as emptiness. But as I've said many times on this channel, it's in fact not emptiness. And the light of your soul exists within the no thing, within the emptiness, within the abyss. Within that pure primordial darkness, there is your soul's light, still shining forth. And that's where you kind of find the true essence of yourself, is in those dark moments. But we are all one, and the no thing, or the ein, which is in fact not nothing, but it is, as I was going to say, limitless potentiality. It is basically the core primal essence of existence before manifestation, quote unquote, takes place. But everything folds back into the ein, and I believe that everything that's been thus created, the whole world that we live in, even the worlds quote unquote above or in higher densities and lower densities, all of this is but a sliver or a fraction of the ein, the no thing. So that's how profound and how expansive and how really limitless and immortal this ein is, and how immortal we are. So just trying to get back into a state of, you know, where I can feel a little bit more inspired to make some of these videos. I just happened to find a really good time today to go ahead and do this one. I just got off work and it's still pretty early in the day. So I go in really early in the morning. I wake up about 4 a.m. and then I'm there at 5. So if that gives you any idea. Sometimes I have to take kind of a little afternoon hour nap or so if I'm gonna make it through a late day, you know. But I work again tomorrow, so I probably will not nap. I'll just see if maybe I want to go work out. We'll see what the day brings, but I don't want to ramble on too much longer. This video actually has already gone on a lot longer than I thought it would, but like I said, I at least wanted to create a video today while I had the time and let you guys know what was up, let you know that it's just been really rough times for me. Life changes, moving again, you know, my father passing away and all that. That's been about 4 months ago. So just all of it together has been really, really rough. So, but I think in the end, it is helping me to establish better boundaries with myself and others. I think in the end, I've learned so much about myself through the past, you know, couple years, even though it's been a challenge. There have been extremely rewarding moments. I do not, you know, my ego might say that the lower part of the ego, not the ego connected to the higher self or the true drive or will, but the lower ego might say, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. But when I look back at everything, it's like I really am thankful and grateful for all the experiences that I've had up until now, even the tough ones, because they've shown me who I am. And you know, I've had a lot of good cries lately, and I've had emotional releases, and yeah, it's just there's a lot to this. There's a lot of alchemy that has to to take place. And yeah, it just has not been easy. So trying to find that unconditional love in my heart enough that I can at least accept things for what they are, accept the way things are moving, you know, into new things, letting the universe do its thing. I've noticed a lot lately with a lot of different people. I don't know if it has to do with this Lionsgate portal that was like, I think it's still going on actually. It happens like every year, but just in like the past couple months, I've noticed a lot of life changes for people. Relationships ending, people changing jobs, whatever it is. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. Like, so I think it's almost kind of written in the stars, so to speak. As the stars continue their movements, so will the reality down here change, and the winds of change are here, folks. So it's we just have to learn how to move with the current of evolution, rather than trying to resist it too much. And always being grateful for the experiences that we have had. Trying to keep our hearts pure and open so that we can be open and receptive to new experiences. So yeah, everyone, I think I could continue to ramble on, but I think you get the picture. And hopefully this video today, I don't know when I'll get around to posting it, probably later today. But I really hope that this video helps you in some way, maybe like hearing about some of these things, experiences that I've been through lately, and yeah, just finding some value in this content. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, ring the notification bell if you want to be notified of new videos. You know, and as always, thank you for tuning in, especially if you've made it this far into the video. It really does mean the world to me, and the fact that, you know, you and I, and, you know, like other like-minded people, the fact that we can talk about these things, the fact that we can learn from each other, it's pretty incredible. And like I said before, I'm really grateful to have this YouTube channel and to be able to communicate with other like-minded people. So it's been an honor and a privilege. So I think I will leave the video at that. Take care, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you have a great day. And yeah, thank you for being a part of the video. So peace and blessings, everyone, and hopefully I will see you very, very soon. Until next time.